'Tis I, SHITMAGNET the MAGNEZONE here, and I'm in the zone on an update video for you guys for the next Pokemon series that I will be doing. Now, as you can see on your screen, I got a little bit of lady luck here, a little luck to be a lady, because the next Pokemon LP I will be doing will be, drumroll please, a Lady Luck challenge created by me, the SHITMAGNET himself. Now, I know you guys, I'm the SHITMAGNET and bad things happen to me, and I'm putting everything on luck, so this should be interesting. But, this is a challenge created by me, and it's specifically created to be difficult, to be very difficult. So, what I want to do right now is I want to tell you guys, if you have any poketuber, or any friend, or anyone that you might want to do this challenge, right now I want you to hit up their Twitter, hit up their accounts, let them know that this is a thing, leave the link to this video in the message, and let them know that the SHITMAGNET challenged them and that he created it. Now, make sure you share this with all your friends, because should be something that's super difficult and should piss a lot of people off. I mean, in a good way, you know, it should be really difficult in a good way. So, before I announce which game I will be doing, let me go ahead and read off the rules to you guys. Okay, so the rules of the Lady Luck Pokemon Challenge are... Also, these rules do not start until you get balls, because what's the point of doing any of this? So, okay. All fainted Pokemon are dead. That's standard Nuzlocke. Encounters are based on a dice roll. Now, what do you mean by that, SHITMAGNET? Well, normally in a normal Nuzlocke, you would do the first encounter on the route. However, in the Lady Luck Challenge, you will roll a dice, and what I'll be using is Google Dice Roll, but anyone else could use any other program, but as long as they can see it on screen. But you'll roll a 6-sided die, and instead of getting the first encounter, if you roll, let's just say you roll a 3, your first encounter is a Rattata. That's not your encounter. Your second encounter is a Pidgey. That's not your encounter. But your third encounter is, God forbid, a Mewtwo. Then the Mewtwo is your encounter, and you have to catch that one, or you don't get an encounter on that route. Period. End of story. So that's how that works. Static encounters are free encounters. You can't control them, so they're free encounters. Let's see. Yeah. All Mons must be nicknamed to form a bond, just like in a Nuzlocke. Just so you get more attached to them, and when you have to let them go, it becomes harder. Because that's a key part of this one too, because there's a lot of sacrifice in this challenge. Shinies count as static encounters. That comes along with the luck part, because that's very lucky if you find a shiny. You're more likely to get struck by lightning or killed by a shark than you are to find a fucking shiny. So, if you find a shiny, that's considered a static encounter. It's kind of like a shiny claws, but with shiny claws you can forfeit an encounter. But anyway, just like all encounters are dice based, so are gym battles. This is where the difficulty part comes in. Gym battles are dice based. You have to roll a 6-sided die, and whichever number you get, that's the only amount of Pokemon you're allowed in. So say you go up to your 8th gym. You know they have like 6 Pokemon. You roll your die. You get a 4. You have to take only 4 Mons into the gym. This is where difficulty comes into it, and this is where luck comes into it, because the game must be randomized. Well, it should be randomized, and that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to randomize by same typing. So if I just so happen to roll a 2, and I have 2 Pokemon that are completely fucked by the entire gym's typing, then that might be the end of the luck. That's where luck and the difficulty comes in. So it's made to be extremely difficult when it comes time to do a gym. Now, Elite Four challenges are completely different, because with an Elite Four, you need 6 Pokemon. You almost need 6 Pokemon. So that's excluded altogether. Elite Fours, you can have 6 Pokemon. I mean, you can choose to do the dice roll, but I wouldn't recommend it. That's just on you. That's a clause you want to do if you want to enact that on the Elite Four, but I would not. Next we have. Okay, so here's where another part of the luck. This is the luck of the randomizer. In the case of a randomizer, if you find any revives or a sacred ash. All right, let's start with the revives first. Regular revives can be used. However, when a dice must be rolled, and when the dice is rolled, you have, depending on the number you get on the dice, you have to release so many Pokemon. So say you just love this Pokemon, you need this Pokemon, you don't have any other Pokemon of this typing, and you can't get any more encounters right yet, and you need it for the next battle, this, that, or the other, and you want to use a revive. You take the revive, and you use it on that Pokemon. However, you can only use it after you have released the proper amount. So you roll the dice, and say you get 6. 6. Okay, so you have to go into your box and deposit 6, or release. You can't deposit them forever. You have to release 6 full mons from the box to keep that Pokemon. If anything from 1 through 6. If you get 1, you're lucky. It's a trade-off. Perfect. You can get rid of that Rattata you have for a Dragonite. That's where luck comes in for this as well. Next, for any other revive, for max revives, there's a different rule. Okay, so take note of this. On a max revive, or rather, let me go forward one step real quick. Okay, if all of your Pokemon faint, you lose, unless you have a max revive or a sacred ash. A regular revive will not do. It will not do. You need a max revive or a sacred ash. Period. You could use a regular revive. You know what? Let's just say any revive can save your luck. Just because it should be difficult. So any revive can save your luck. But you still have to enact this rule. If all your Pokemon faint and you decide to finally use a revive, if it's a regular revive, all of your Pokemon, including the ones in your party, must be released. All of them must be released. -1, so you can go and catch the next one on the next route. Now, if another encounter isn't available, then you can only keep 1 Pokemon. Let that be noted. Now, if you have a max revive, you may roll a dice. You roll a dice, and a max revive can only be used if you lose the lot. Revives can be used on 1 Pokemon here and there, but they're only found once. Only ones you pick up off the ground. You cannot buy a revive and use it from a mart. Let that be known, because you cannot. You cannot buy any revive from a mart and use it to save your lot. Period. Just the ones you find out randomly, or get on a Pokemon that you caught, or get from someone that gives it to you. So, no buying. But if all your Pokemon faint and you have a max revive, you roll your dice, and anything from 2 to 6 are the amount of Pokemon that you get to keep. Now they can be in your party, or they can be in your PC. Oh, no, let's do this. For max revive, 2 to 6 for the Pokemon that are only in your PC. You can only keep 2 to 6 from in your PC. And let's move on to the next one. So, Sacred Ash. With a Sacred Ash, you may revive a full team, keep a full team of Pokemon. However, all Pokemon must be released, just like with the max revive, and just like with a regular revive if you're saving your luck. Or your challenge, rather. And I think that's about it. I think that concludes the entirety of it. If you would... Can my screen stop shutting off? If you'd like to, You could even enact a special rule where while you're battling, you roll a dice from odds or even numbers, 1 to 4 or whatever, to a random number generator from 1 to 4, and you'd have to use those moves. That would be incredibly difficult, and I don't feel like... I'm not a masochist, okay? I don't want to punish myself that much, okay? So, I think this is enough punishment because my name is the Shit Magnet for a reason. I have very bad luck. I do bad things. Bad things happen to me. So, that's the rules. Now, for the reveal of my game that I will be doing. The game that I will be doing my first Lady Luck challenge with is Pokemon Crystal. That's right, Pokemon Crystal version. I love Pokemon Crystal version to death. It's the first time a female character was allowed in the games, and it was groundbreaking for us. I still got mine, my Crystal version hard copy in the drawer somewhere in there, and I love Crystal. Pokemon Crystal is one of my favorite games. The reason I picked Pokemon Crystal is because it's so long. It's a long game, and it seems like it would be more difficult that way. The way I'm going to randomize it is groups of trainers will be randomized, but regular trainers will have the same mods. So that way, it's not too terribly difficult for my first challenge. However, if I decide to do a second challenge, the second challenge, Lady Luck challenge, will be ultimate randomized, meaning everything's randomized. Movesets, typings, items, TMs, learn sets, tutor moves. Everything is randomized completely to make it extremely difficult, too hard, too difficult for anyone to mess with. I want this to be the most difficult challenge possible. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. That might not happen because I might lose this and I might be like, this is way too much for me. But so my next Pokemon LP will be Pokemon Crystal Lady Luck Challenge Run. I hope you guys will enjoy this series. I hope you guys enjoyed this little update I had for you. I will still be doing free PlayStation Plus games every month, so keep an eye out for that. I will still be doing different little LPs. Today, I think the day that I'm recording this, I will be doing some World of Tanks beta again. I might do some Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know. We'll see about that. Now, the Crystal LP doesn't have a starting date just yet because a lot of different things are going on in life right now. So just be patient with me. This thing is going to be big. It's going to be huge. It's going to be long as hell. So just be patient with me and, just kind of stick with me on this. So here's if you've been watching this entire time for the rules of this not Nuzlocke challenge. I gotta stop saying Nuzlocke because it's not a Nuzlocke. It's an actual just challenge run. Okay, so if you've been watching this whole time, what I want is, and I know one of you knows all these people. Cameron, I know you're out there, buddy. I know you're watching. I want you all to tweet at The King Nappy, Hoodlum Scrafty, Cuddle of Death, Kristen Cuddle of Death, Paralyzed Hacks, JYT Gamer, The Heated Mo. I want to see freaking Nexus, because Nexus will be hilarious at a Lady Luck challenge, I feel like. Sacred Fire Negro Nick. I want to see all of them on Twitter wondering what the fuck a Lady Luck challenge is. I want to see them do one. I'm challenging them personally to try this Lady Luck challenge. I hope the rules are clear. If you are unclear of the rules, if any of those poketubers happen to see this and want to try this challenge, please comment in the comment section. I'll let you know. I'll send you a message. You can give me a business email. I'll send you a message, and I want to see it. I want to see you do it because this should be difficult. Statistically, looking at all the rules, it should be a difficult LP to do. So, I mean, it shouldn't be impossible, but it should be difficult. So, that's the whole point of it. So, make sure any Poketuber, anywhere, challenge them. Let them know the Shit Magnet sent you. Shit Magnet, the MAGNEZONE, sent you to challenge them to do this challenge that he made himself. So, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in Johto. Yeah.